Here we go. Study Guide A. We're on number 14, Part 2. Study Guide A, Part 2, number 14. So, it says, for the relation 2, 3, 5, -2, 3, 2, -5, -2, and 2, 3, write the domain and the range of the function. And then from there, tell whether the relation is a function, why or why not. First of all, let's start with the domain. Here where it says domain, underneath that, I want you to write the letter X. And where it says range, make sure you write the letter Y. Why? Because the domain means all X values of the set. And Y means the range is all Y values of the set. So let's write our set for the domain. Here we go. What are my X values? Here they are. And I'm going to go one by one from the lowest to the highest. What is my lowest value? -5. So rewrite that. -5, comma. What's the next one up? 2. Comma. Next one up? 3. And the next one up? 5. What did you guys notice? There's 2 2's. Did I write it twice? No, they do not repeat. If you already wrote it once, check it off because you only write it once in the domain. If you repeat any numbers on the domain, I'm going to mark, I'm docking you a point, so be careful with those. With that same idea, let's look at all the Y values. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. What is my lowest value for my range? -2. Check it off. There it is. Do I need to write the other one?
No.
Check it off. Comma. What's the next one? 2. Check it off. And my next one. Check it off. Do I need to write the other one? No. And I'm done. How are we doing? Okay. Next, tell whether is the relation a function. So how can we tell? First thing that you need to look for. Do any X values repeat? So you look for any X values to repeat. And I noticed that the 2 repeats and the other 2 repeats. Are we there? That's the first question. The second question. Do they have the same Y value? Do they have the same Y value? This one is a 3 and this one is a 3. If they do meet those 2, then this one, yes, it's a function. Now, according to those questions, what would you write as to why they are, or that is a function? Talk with your neighbor. What would you write, according to these questions, what would you write why it's a function? Trent, go.
Because the same number has the X and Y value.
Because the X value 2 repeats and what else? The Y value is the same. 10Q. So in order for it to be a function, what are we looking for? Number one, that the X value repeats, and that they have the same Y value. Are we there? So let me ask you this. Look up. Let me erase my markings here. Okay? If I was to cover this up, look at these. Do any of the x values repeat? No. But can we tell by that information if it's a function or not? No. Can we tell that it's not a function? Okay, let me go back to this. Look up. What do I need to do to these 2 points in order for it not to be a function? Tell your neighbor. Look at this one and that one. What do I need to do in order for that not to be a function? I heard change the y. That is correct. If they repeat, as long as the y value is not the same, let's say this one is a -3, then guess what? This is not a function. That's how we can tell if it's not a function. So back to the question. If I was to cover this, do we have enough information to know that it's not a function? No. So if we don't have enough information to say that it's not a function, then we write that it is a function. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, I'll leave that for right now. Let's go to number 15. It says, Ash wrote the sequence 50, 43, 36, and 29. Find the next 3 terms in the sequence and write an explicit rule. Okay, this one, we covered this, but we focused more on recursive rule. But we did remember we started with explicit rule? So check this out. Let's write an explicit rule. Explicit. Let's do that first. So first of all, what's happening from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here? Subtract 7. So that's the rule. So to write an explicit rule, we start with f of n equals, what is my first term? 50. And then we write our rule, subtract 7. And then at the end, we just write parentheses n minus 1, which means we're going to multiply times n minus 1. Yeah. No. Okay. All right. Now that we have our rule, now let's write our table here. We got n, f of n. So let's see. This is term 1, 2, 3, 4. But which ones are they asking us for? So what do I write here? 5, 6, and 7. Are we there? Okay. So let's write this. Here's our rule. You have space on the left and on the right. Let's do the work over here. Or no, over here. I think you can fit it over here. F of, instead of n, what do I write? What is my first value? 5 equals 50 minus 7 times 5 minus 1. F of 5 equals 50 minus 7 times, what is 5 minus 1? Very good, 4. F of 5 equals 50 minus 28. Therefore, f of 5 equals 22. The what? The 5, 6, and 7? Because it says, find the next 3 terms. Here they gave us term number 1, 2, 3, 4. And which ones are they asking us for? The next 3, which is what? 5, 6, and 7. We're missing those. Esteban. Okay. Let's do the next one. We got f of 5. What is next? F of 6 equals 50 minus 7 times 6 minus 1. F of 6 equals 50 minus 7 times 5. F of 6 equals 50 minus 35. So f of 6 equals 15. All right, tell me what to write, Trent. Go for the last one. f of 7 equals 50 minus 7. Huh? F of 7 equals 50 minus 42. So f of 7 equals what? Yes? N minus 1 is using the rule. Remember when we always start the f of n minus 1 for recursive? On this one, we just take out the function and leave it as n minus 1. Okay. So, how do you find your explicit rule? You start with the first term, use the rule, and then at the end just multiply times n minus 1. Yes? Do we do one more of these? We good? All right, let's go to number 16. It says, what are the x and y intercepts of the line graph below? Let me zoom in. The x-intercept is right here. X-intercept. What is my coordinate for that? Everyone. 2, 0. That is correct. What is my y-intercept? Y-intercept. 0, 5. Let me zoom out. So that's what I want to see here on this line. X-intercept is 2, 0. Y-intercept is 0, 5. How we doing? Good, Mr. Q, we love these. All right, good. Go to number 17. 17. How we doing, okay? Am I going too fast or we're good? Okay. Number 17, it says, Leslie joins a fitness club that has an initial fee of $90 plus a monthly fee of $40. Jordan's club charges $20 initial fee plus $50 per month. In how many months will the clubs cost the same? So let's cube this. Let's circle important numbers. What are important? Initial fee of 90, monthly fee of 40, 20 initial fee, and 50 per month, okay? Underline the question. What is the question? And when will the clubs cost the same, okay? Box important keywords here. Leslie joined. Jordan's club. And at the end, clubs cost the same. Exclude anything that you didn't use, and let's draw a diagram or a table. How many people are they talking about? 2. 1, 2. So 2 lines down. 1, 2, 1 across. Who are they? Leslie, Jordan, and total. What's that, Trent? Oh. What's up, Nathan? Are you messing around with the iPad? Can you log off and put it away? Thank you. My goodness. All right. So let's start with Leslie. What's her initial fee? So we put plus 90. What's her rate? 40 per month. Do we know how many months? So how can we write that? 40x. Okay, so there's there. Okay, so that's Leslie. Let's go to Jordan. So how much initial fee? 20. So we put plus 20. And how much is the monthly? So that, and we write it as 50x. What was the key word here at the end? Clubs, what? So what does that mean? Tell your neighbor, please. What does that mean? What do we do to these if it says they cost the same? Very good. That you put them equal. 40x plus 90 equals to 50x plus 20. And then you solve. Mikey, go. Help me out. What do I do? subtract 40x, subtract 40x. 90 equals 10x plus 20. Continue, Janji. Subtract 20, subtract 20. 70 equals 10x. Jacob, continue. Divide 10 both sides, therefore 7 equals x. 7 what? Months. So let's answer the question. In how many months will the clubs cost the same? The clubs will cost the same in 7 months. 10 cubed. Hands if you got that by yourself. Okay, good. Now, some of you usually follow all the process, but what we want to see is that you translate this into an equation. Okay? Because once again, remember we can do this by guessing, checking, and stuff like that, so. Questions, comments? Autographs? No? Okay. Let's move on. Let's go to number 18. 18. It says, find the slope of the line that goes through -2, -1, -5, and 8. Okay, before I go over that one, check with your neighbor, see what they got. All right, here we go. First things first, you write your formula. M equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Why do the y's go on the numerator? Because it's the rise. Why do the x's go in the denominator? Because it's the run, and that's horizontal movement. So therefore, from there, the second thing you should have done, blank, negative, and a negative right there. Yes? Third, you label it. X sub 1, y sub 1. X sub 2, y sub 2. So let's do this. Y sub 2 is 8. Y sub 1 is -1. X sub 2 is -5. X sub 1 is -2. Negative times a negative is a positive. Same here. So this is 9 over -3. What is 9 divided by -3? -3, so my slope is -3 over 1. Hands if you got that. Okay. All right. Let's go to number 19. 19. It says, write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that has a slope of 3 and passes through the point 3,5. So, if you remember when we first started writing equations in the form slope-intercept form, which was y equals mx plus b, what is the only information that we needed? We only needed the slope and the y-intercept. Is that correct? Do they give us that here? They only gave us the slope but no y-intercept. So if they don't give us the y-intercept, then, and they want us to write an equation, we always start with point, slope, form, because they give us a point and they give us a slope. Does that make sense? Therefore, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So what is my slope? 3. What is x? 3. What is y? 5. Bring everything else down. Y minus equal parentheses 3. I'm sorry. X minus and parentheses. Let's distribute. So this is y minus 5 equals 3x minus 9. And our last step, plus 5. Y equals 3x minus 4. Is this a slope-intercept form equation? Yes, because the slope is first and the y-intercept at the end. Hands if you got that by yourself. Okay, good. Once again, it needs to look like this. Let's go to number 20. Number 20. It says, write an equation in what? Standard form. Okay. We don't really know how to write it given 2 points, but we know how to write a slope-intercept form given 2 points. Is that correct? Yes, Mr. Q. So therefore, to write an equation, we always start with point slope, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So let's see. Do we have x sub 1? Y sub 1, yes. X sub 2, Y sub 2. Do we have a slope? No, so guess what we need to do? Find the slope first. M equals Y sub 2 minus Y sub 1 over X sub 2 minus X sub 1, minus and minus. So let's see. What is Y sub 2? That's negative 3. What is Y sub 1? That's negative 4. What is X sub 2? That's 0. What is X sub 1? Negative 1. Negative times a negative, positive, positive. So this is 1 over 1, which is 1. Do we have now enough information to fill this in? So M is 1. What is X sub 1? Negative 1. What is Y sub 1? Negative 4. Bring everything else down. The Y, the minus, the equal, parentheses, X, minus, parentheses. Negative times a negative, positive, positive. So this is, distribute. This is Y plus 4 equals X plus 1 minus 4 minus 4. Y equals X minus 3. Tell your neighbor the name of this form. Jennifer, what's the name of that form? Look at it. That is correct. Slope-intercept form. Is that what we want? We need what? Standard form, which means both variables on the same side in alphabetical order. So what do I do from there, David? Viv? That is correct. Subtract X from both sides. So we write negative X plus Y equals negative 3. And this is standard form. And we're done. Yes? On this one, they don't ask us to identify them. So, you guys remember that one? In the previous parts we've had, it said write in standard form and identify A, B, and C. Do they ask us for that here? No, they just wanted it written in standard form. Are we doing good? Yeah. Okay, let's go to 21. Number 21. It says write the equation in slope-intercept form. Let me zoom in. And then graph the line. So, help me with this one, please. Go ahead, Elizabeth. What do I do from there? Subtract 6x to each side. We're left with 2y equals negative 6x plus 14. And then? Divide 2. Y equals negative 3x plus 7. Pass someone? Who? Ash, what do I do to graph that? Put the 7 on the Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There it is. 100 negative 3, and this is called the what, everyone? The slope. Very good. And what do I do from there? 1, 2, 3, 1 to the right. Plot your point. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 1 to the right. Plot your point. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 1 to the right, plot your point, graph your line. And there it is. Yes? How are we doing? Is the graphing coming back? Yes? All right. Well, guess what? Number 22 is very similar to this one. Let's see, let's go to number 22. What is this form called? Tell your neighbor, please. Slope-intercept form. All right, so help me with this one, please. Mikey, go. Put the 5 on the Y. There it is. And then? One down. 2 to the right, plot your point, do it again. 1 down, 2 to the right, plot your point, graph your line. That is correct. Now, check this out. I see some of you get confused when you see this. That it's right here in the middle. And some of you think that means that the 2 is negative, so I'm going to go to the left. We never go to the left, because the negative usually goes with the numerator. That tells me 1 step down and 2 to the right. Okay? I'm sorry? Because we're going to the right. Okay, let's see. So if it was like this, is that what you're saying? Okay. So what do I do with this? This tells me to go what? 1 up. And then? Do we ever do that? No. That means we're going to move this one here and leave it as -1 over 2. Okay. All right, let's go to number 23, Michael Jordan. Last one. Here we go. There's 3 more after this, but 4 more. But I'm going to stop right here. So it says, the math club is selling water bottles and tote bags. So look at the graph that they give us. The water bottles are which variable? X. That means these are X. And the tote bags are Y. So how do we write an equation using the X, the 2, the 4, the Y, and the 80? How much are the bottles? Do we know how many? No, so we write X plus $4 for the tote bags. Do we know how many? No, so we write Y equal to 80. So check this out. They want us to substitute for the water bottles 0. So instead of X, what do I write? 0. Or look what they're doing. When they do this, it's basically doing this. So what is Y? 20. If I move this over this way, when 4 is 0, when Y is 0, what is that? 40. And then if you substitute that in there, that's 20. Subtract 20, that is 15. And then just answer the questions. I'll stop right there. That was number 23. You got 4 more to go. Found 24, study guide A. Here we go. It says, the data set below show the number of cookies purchased by a student at a bake sale. By students at a bake sale. Write the data set represented by the dot plot and identify the measures of central tendency. All right. In order to identify the measures of central tendency, don't we need to have them from least to greatest? Okay, so let's start with the least. Which one is the least? 1. Now I'm talking about numbers, right? 1. How many times? 3. So you're going to write My goodness, computer, I'm gonna replace you. 1 3 times, 1, comma 1, comma 1. We're done with this one. What's next? How many of them? No, 2. How many of them? Oh, 3 2s, okay. Next. 3. Okay. We already did 2s. 2 3s. 3, 3. Next. 3 4s. 1, 2, 3. And at the end, 1 5. All right. Do we have it in order from least to greatest? Okay. How many total numbers do we have? Let's see. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay. So, identify the measures of central tendency. Tell your neighbor the measures of central tendency, please. I heard mean, median, and mode. Which is the easiest one to look for? Very good, the mode. Which number repeats most often? 1, 2, and 4. So my mode is 1, 2, and 4. Next, what's the second easiest to look for? The medians. We go to the middle. There's 12 numbers, so we count 3, 6. So in the middle's right here. Is there a number there? So what do? Add the 2 and 3. That gives us 5, and then we divide by. So the median is 2.5. All right? And for the mean, tell your neighbor what to do for the mean. Very good. Add all the numbers and divide by 12. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 20, 28, 32. 32 divided by 12. How many times is 12 in there? 2, that's 24. Subtract, that's 8. Add a decimal. 6, that's 72. 8, add a decimal. And then repeat. So the mean is 2.6 repeating. Yes? Say it again? Why do we do the numbers, not the dots? Well, we need a data set, right? Oh, the frequency. Yeah, because we first need the data set. Notice here they asked for the data set. If they were asking for frequency, then you would say the frequency on this one is 3, 3, 2, 3, and 1. Okay? All right, let's move on. That was 24. Let's go to, yeah. Because this is the middle, right? Is there a number here in the middle? So the two numbers that are closest are 2 and 3. So that means if we add them, that's 5. And how many did we add? 2. That's why we need to divide by 2. Okay? Let's go to 25. It says, The number of laps around a track for 5 runners are 3, 12, 10, 8, 14, and 18. Display the data using box and whisker plot. So first of all, we need to arrange it from least to greatest, don't we? All right, so let's start with the least. Which is the least? 3, comma, next. 8, comma. 10, comma. 12, comma. 14, comma. And 18. Okay? So, we need to display it in box and whisker. So first of all, we need the median, don't we? Okay, so the median, let's see, there's 6 numbers. The median is right here. Do we have a median? So what do? Add these two, which is 22, and divide by 2, which is 11. So we're going to plot that here, plot 11 right there. And that is Q2. Q2. All right. So now that splitted my data into 2 sections, this section and that section. So now for this section, I'm going to find the median again. We got 3, 8, and 10. Which is the median? 8. And that is my Q1. 8 is my Q1. Look at the upper data. We got 12, 14, and 18. What is my median? 14, that is my Q3. 14 is my Q3. What else do I need for my box and whiskers? The min and the max. What is the minimum? 3. This is my min. And that goes right there. What is my max? This is the max. 18 goes right there. And now I can make my box. The box is with a Q1, Q2, and Q3. And my whiskers. And I'm done. Hands if you did that by yourself. Okay, some of you? All right, good. So once again, the process is we need to arrange it from least to greatest. Find the median of the data, then the median of the bottom data, median of the upper data, and then the min and the max. Yes? All right. All right. That was number 25. Let's go to number 20. Yes. I'm sorry? Yeah, we'll get there. Let's go to 25. What's that? Oh. Go to 26. Here we go. It says, let me zoom in for this one. Jen has $540 in her bank account. Each week, she withdraws $90. Write and graph a linear function that represents the amount of money Jen has left in her account after a certain number of withdrawals. So, they're asking to write a what? A linear function. And here they're talking about, and what are we going to use? F of x. So we're going to write f of x equals, how much does she have in her bank account? $540. And she withdraws $90 each week. How can I write that? Minus 90x. That is correct. So that was part A. We're done with A. Part B says, find and interpret the x-intercept. So let me ask you this. How do we find the x-intercept from here? No? Okay, let me put it like this. Let me change this so you guys can see it. Y equals 540 minus 90x. How do we find the x-intercept of this? What method do we use? Very good. Cover-up method. We cover up the y. What do we have left? 0 equals 540 minus 90x. Can we find x from there? Yes, Mr. Q. All right, good. So I subtract, oh my goodness, computer. Subtract 540, subtract 540. We're left with negative 540 equals negative 90x. Divide by negative 90, divide by negative 90. What is that? 6 equals x. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. How do we find the y-intercept? Instead of covering the y, what do I cover now? So what is my y-intercept? What is it? 540. So let's see. How many tallies do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. By how many increments do we go? 150 or what? By 90? All right. 90, 180, 270, 360, 450, 540, 630. Okay, I'll stop right there. My goodness. So 540 is right here. Okay. And let's graph that. Let's see how it looks. Okay. So what does the x represent, everyone? Weeks. Okay. And this represents what? The y? Money. Okay. All right, so let's see. So what would be the coordinate for my x-intercept? 6, 0. Okay. It says we found it. Here it is. Now interpret what the x-intercept is. What does the 6 stand for, everyone? Weeks. And what does the 0 stand for? So what would you say this stands for? How many weeks it takes to have what? No money left. Thank you. Okay. What is my y-intercept? 0, 540. What does the 0 stand for? Weeks. And the 540? Money. What does this mean? Tell your neighbor, what would this mean? Let's interpret that. What does that mean? Ryan, go. Close. Why? Chris. The money she has at the beginning. Why at the beginning? Because how many weeks have passed? 0 weeks. At 0 weeks that have passed, she still has 540. Okay? So, find the appropriate domain and range for the situation. So, domain. Let me zoom out. Here we go. Oh my goodness. For the domain is my X value. How much does she withdraw? $90 every week, right? So, what would be my X values for this situation? What is it? 1 through 7. Does it include 0? Yes, it does, because if we include it, it has to be here, right? So the domain is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Because watch, are we using 0 of x to get this point? Are we using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? All right? So with that said, tell your neighbor the range for this one. Okay? All right. Julianne, what would be our range? Okay. 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, 450, 540. Hands if you agree with that. That is correct. Okay, before I continue, look up. This is week 8, week 9. This is 6:30, 7:20, 8:10. Tell your neighbor why we wouldn't use 6:30, 7:20, 8:10 for the range, or 8 and 9 for the domain. All right. So why? Because it doesn't go that far for the weeks, and they won't have that money. They would be at negatives, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Q. All right, let's go to the last one, number 27. Number 27. It says, the list below give the number of men and women enrolled in Art 101 across a group of colleges. Here are the data. Use the data list above to make a double box whisker plot of enrollment of men and women in Painting 101. Then use your results to make a conclusion about the data. All right, so let's start with men. Let's arrange it from least to greatest. Tell me what you write. I'm going to do that in red if you have your pens. What's the least? 3. Then 8 3 times. 8 and 8. We got 1, 2, 3. What's the next one? 9. And then 14 twice. 3 times. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. And then 15. 22 twice. 23, Michael Jordan. So how many total? Let's see. 4, 5, 6, and 6. That's 12. Okay. All right. Let's do the woman in blue. What's the least? 7. I'm going to do that right underneath here. I'm going to do 7, comma, 9, 11 twice. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, next. 16 twice. 22. 23, Michael Jordan. And the last one, 30. All right. So, let's plot the blue one first. Here we go. To plot our box and whiskers, what do we do first? Tell your neighbor, please. All right. Shakira, what do we do? Find the median. So let's see. There's 12 numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So the median would be about right here. Do we have a median? No. So we add these two. That's 32. Divided by 2, that's 16. That's our Q2. 16 goes right there. Okay. Next. What's our median for the bottom portion, everyone? Very good. 11. 11 plus 11, that's 22. Divided by 2, that's 11. That's Q1. 11's right there. What's the median for the top portion? 22, which is right there. Let me sketch my box. And what is my minimum? 7. And my maximum? 30. Okay? So now that I have those, let's do the second one. What's the median for this data?
14.
So that is my Q2, 14, which is right there. For the lower half, what is my Q1? 8. Q1. 8 is about right there. About Q3? Q3 is not 22. Very good. 37 divided by 2, it's 18.5. That's our Q3. 18.5 is about right there. Let me sketch my box. There it is. And all I need is my min and my max, right?
Yeah.
Minimum is 3, which is right there. Maximum is 23, which is right here. All right. So this is the data of enrollment, students' enrollment. So this is men, and this is woman. Tell your neighbor what you can conclude by looking at that chart right there.
Women like to be artistic. Women like art. Women like art.
Okay? All right, Cesar, what can you conclude? Women like painting more. Sounds kind of weird. Women like to
Eating 101.
thank you. More women are enrolled in painting 101. Yes? Yes, Mr. Q.
Yes.
All right, 10Q. So your home play for tonight is to, now that we went over some of the problems, I want you to go to your study guide B and see if you did those correctly, okay? Also, I'm going to post a video up for all the problems worked out from numbers 14 through 27, okay? Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your home play. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.